Hello, this is a mail from Royal Mail Group Recruitment. So once you're done with your registration, you will get your mail on this one. So you have to click on this self-assessment test by clicking on this one. So this candidatetalentgroup.com, it will be showing you on the dashboards, so on your preparatory items. So start your test. I confirm, accept and continue, finished. Complete personal information, start. Male, age, English. Customer service, sub review important information. Preparing for your assessment, it's up to 1 to 5. Bring for you begin, please make sure other browsers and applications and devices are closed. So you can click next. So device usage, it's the supporting browsers which helps you to go through the assessments. Is Microsoft Internet Explorers, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari on Mac or Android or browser. Mobile devices, you can do spatial requirement if you have any practice questions. This is your 30 minutes test, which if you want to start. Driving with customer contact, start. Welcome to your assessment. In this assessment, you will be asked a range of questions which are designed to assess how well you fit with a demand of a role. You will be asked to complete a question across 4 sections: driving experience, hazard perception, situational judgment, styles. How long it will take? It will take around 25 minutes to complete. Section 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting ready for the assessment. Click on next. Driving experience. This section asks about your driving experience so far. You will be asked what kind of vehicle you're driving. Your experience of collision. For each question, please choose the answer of the best of your match for your experience. This is a bike. So how several time? Like several times a week, once a week or two, once a month, once in every month, several times a week I ride a bike. This is a small car, 7 times a week. This is once every 2 weeks. Times of week. How many collision have you while driving, whether or not work in last 2 years? That was not your fault. None of it. Experience related to your dashboards. Next, hazard perception. Welcome to your driving hazard perception test. This kind of vehicle that you need to imagine that you are driving. It is a small in size to a large car. Imagine you are driving a milk van and one of a list of a picture. You can see the scene through your van screen. In this photograph, there are many hazards. The car is in front of a braking. The child on the scooter might cross into the road, emerging hazard. The dog might run into the road or pull one of its owner into the road. The traffic might change a potential hazard. Hazard might overmove to the pedestrian traffic control, so other road users, sometimes there might be driving conditions. So you can choose any of it. Like you have the 15 seconds to complete your test. You have now completed the end of instruction page. Click next button to continue to the 3 practice questions. You're about to start your hazard perception of royal mail. Start practice. 1 out of 3. Practice section. This section is been timed. You will have to have 15 seconds. The seconds goes on. The bike reduces. It's a cloudy day. I don't see any hazard here. No hazard. You have completed your hazard perception text. Situational judgment. This section presents the number of work-related scenarios similar to those who have encountered in the job. For each scenario, you will be asked to choose which answers are the most and the least effective for you. For this section, there are a few things you need to know. Sometimes you may be working with a partner sharing a van. Sometimes you may be on your own. Each day, your full set of deliveries is called a round. Within each round, you may have several loops. This is one set of deliveries that you complete on foot before returning to a van and perhaps driving to a new location. To carry small parcels on your loop, you use a trolley. If you are collecting mail from a business, you use a large metal container with wheels. This is called a roller container. In this assessment, you may also have heard this called a yoke. Each post person has a PDA that scans label on a parcel, records customer signatures, and has a map features. You may have seen this if you signed for a parcel. A round log is kept for each round. This contains any note about a particular addresses of customers' needs. Most questions focus on delivering mails. In some cases, you or your colleagues may also collect mail from businesses, and some questions talk about this. This is called collections. This section is not timed, so walk through at your own pace. It should take around 10 minutes to complete your 15 questions. Click next. Start your practice. This is your practice progress. It is coming up to Christmas, and you usually pick a demand caused by online shopping. You are working with a number of temporary staff. There is one member of temporary staff in particular who seems to be struggling with a pace. So you have to use the most or the least ones. Speak to your manager to explain this is a temporary worker seems to be struggling and need more surgeons. Explain this to the member of staff that you need to finish your own tasks first, but you can help them later if needed. Ask other member of your team to help the temporary worker as well as you can share the question between you. So which one do you feel like the most or the least one? Speak to the worst one, and this will be your least one. Yeah. Now you have to start your situational judgment. 1 out of 15. This is one customer on a delivery round who frequently has a parcel delivered. As a customer is out at working during the day, they aren't at home to receive the deliveries. You have been unable to deliver 4 parcels to them already this week, leaving there's something you need notification card each time to do. Today you have another parcel for them. It is quite heavy and you don't expect the customer to be at home. Please choose the most on the least effective answers. Leave the Leave the parcel in a van as you are certain the customer won't be at home. Put another car through their letterbox so they can collect the parcel. Take the parcel with you in your trolley and knock the customer's door just in case. Leave another notification card if they are not at home. Take a parcel with you in your trolley. See if they can find neighbors and leave it with the customer at least at it's at home so they don't have to collect it again. This is the least one. This will be the most one. Submit your response. 15 out of 2. You continue with your deliveries and a few doors further up the street. When you notice the customer returns home, you have a lot of mail left to deliver and are keen to finish your shift on time today. So which will be the most on the list among you? Double back to the van to get to the parcel for these customers, then continue with your round. Once you have delivered it, finish delivering your current batch of letters, but knock to the customer's doors on your way back to see if they would like you to get the parcel. Continue with the deliveries you have left the card so the customer can collect their parcel and you know they already have the parcel to collect. So according to me, like it will be the first one will be the finished deliveries your current batch of letters, but knock the customer's doors on your way back to see if they would like to get their parcel will be the most one. And continue to your deliveries you have left the card for the customers will be the least one. The customer thanks for the coming back to him and says he would like to drop a parcel off now. You are on your way back to the van to collect a parcel when your manager calls you on your mobile. She explains that the delivery of your round is about left behind in the delivery office. It is special delivery item that need to be delivered today. You have already lost time by double back to the van. Explain that you won't have time to come back to the delivery office as you have already been delayed, but you will deliver the item first thing in the morning. Ask your manager if anyone else leaving the delivery office could drop the item off to you on their way to save your wasting time doubling back to the delivery office. Once you have dropped off the customer parcel, arrive back to the delivery office to collect the item. Make up to the time at the end of your shift and make sure all the mails get delivered. Which one will be the most and the least one? This will be the most and the least. Submit your response. You are covering the collection round for Collex while she is on holiday. The round includes several businessmen on the busy industrial estate. Each business has its own car park. It is raining quite heavily, and you approach the first car park. You are not sure whether there will be enough turning space for the van. You read the round log through before you left the delivery office, and don't remember the issue with this car park being noted down. Which will be the most and the least one among? As you don't remember anything noted in the log, drive into the car park so that you can't get close to the business as possible. Give the weather condition. Drive further up to the roads to see if you can find an alternative parking space for the van, and then walk back to the business to collect their mails. Pull up outside the car park and wait for there to be gap in the traffic so you can reverse back into the entrance. You find the only available space to pull over on the side road. There are double yellow lines on this road, but you are allowed to park here temporarily for the purpose of collection or delivery. You walk back to the businesses to find they have several heavy parcels for collection. The business doesn't normally have this many parcels, so you didn't bring anything to carry them with. You are conscious that you can't leave the van parked for too long. Make several trips to carry the parcels to the van Try to carry as many as possible as you can go in one go. Explain that you will be back to the van to get a trolley. You start to carry the parcels. When you're about halfway back in the van, your arm starts to edge. The parcels are in awkward shape, and it's much more effort for you to carry them than your first thought. Put the parcel down for a minute to give your arms a quickly break before continuing to rest on the way. Put the parcel down somewhere out of the way. Go and get the van and drive back to pick them up. Try to keep going until you make it back to the van. Then make sure you have a break. Ask your manager if you're covering around today as you have a later started time. The colleague is supposed to sort your mail before you arrive. When you arrive, you find your it's not ready. You know it is not going to take you extra time, so to sort the mail item before you can start your own. Ask your manager if there is colleague available who could help you to sort your mail. Let your manager know that you will be able to start late today as you need extra time to sort the mails. Quickly gather your mails together and get into your van as soon as possible. This one. You're being loading your van, you notice that there is an special high number of parcels to be delivered to the commercial properties today. You realize that there are many parcels that could be delivered over the weekend, probably because the business was closed. So now you have this to deliver as well as all the other Monday morning mails. Ask your manager if there isn't someone else who could deliver some of your parcel. Make sure all the parcels are stacked secure and safe in the van and set off quickly as possible. Put the parcels in delivery order and stack them so the ones you need first are nearest to the door. Submit your response. 9th question. Later in the day, you have successfully completed most of your deliveries and only have a few remaining addresses to visit. As you're driving, you see the sign that shows the road ahead is closed due to the road works. You are not familiar with the area, but you know that you are not far from the delivery office. It's getting late and you are nearing to the end of your shift. Except it will take it long to find another way as you don't know the area. And go to the delivery office. Use the set near to your PDA to see you can find alternative route to get to the next delivery address. Put your next address after this not in the set near on your PDA to see if it makes sense to skip this delivery. Today you are starting a new round with an experienced partner. He is a part-time and starts later. So you sort the mails for both of you. You come across the letter for an address which are redirection in place. If letter are sent to Miss Emma Taylor at that address, they should be sent to the different address. The name on this letter says Mrs. E. Taylor. So you're not sure about if it should be redirected. Don't redirect these letters. It's not clearly matching the names as the address is for redirection. Ask your line manager to help you work with whether letters like this should be redirected. Wait and ask your partners when he arrives if he thinks this letter should be redirected. Ask you, this should be the missed one. 11th, you complete sorting the mail and you set off your partner. You only done this round once before while you were training. Your partner says he knows the area well and checks you have his mobile number in case you get lost on your loop. About halfway around, you have a couple of letters in the bar and a few letters to the little barn. You can only find the little barn. Keep looking until you find it or someone locally that you could ask. Post all letters to the little barn and the name are so similar. Call the partners and ask know whether these are the same house. List one. Your partner explains that the barn is your post the mail and complete the rest of the round. The next day there is a traffic incident near your home and that makes you late for your shift. When you arrive, your colleagues are just leaving the briefing about safe driving. Usually you don't find out what you missed, but they heard a similar briefing before it's the busy period of deliveries. Concentrate on your deliveries during the busy period as you heard this before. Ask your partner while you're driving if there was any information you should know. Make time to speak to your manager before you go home to find out what you have missed. You have just arrived for your shift on an icy winter morning. You and your partners it's sort your own mail. Your partner has a lot of parcel today. They're small enough to fit in the trolley, but it will take time. It'll take him longer to sort the deliveries his mail. You have also a lot of mails, but it's mostly letters. Tell your partner not to worry. It happens to everyone sometimes, and you are not in a rush. Speak to your partner about the best way you can get everything done for the round. Try to sort your mails as quickly as possible so you can then help your partner. Which one will be the most on the list among you? The round. Try to sort the mail as quickly as possible. Submit your response. You and your partner agree to make some light adjustment to your loop to split the parcels evenly. However, you find that pushing the trolley is quite slow in the icy condition when you have one more loop left to do. It's clear you will finish your round later than usual. You know if the weather is too bad, you can take this move back to the dealer office to deliver tomorrow. Complete the round as planned as you can still push the trolley, accepting that some days take longer, but overall they balance out. Mindful at the time, deliver as many parcels as you can and take the rest back to the delivery office. Ask your partners if he thinks you can take the remaining parcels back to the delivery office, deliver tomorrow. Can take the rest. You manage to deliver all the mails and get back to the van. You see your partner's lost lot of mail is still in the van, but he is not there. You suspect he's been delayed trying to find a neighbors to take parcels for addresses when the customer is out. This happens quite a lot. You are not sure how long your partner will be. Call your partner, find out where he is, and drive to him to in the van. Get in and turn the heating on so the van warms when he gets back. Take some of the remaining mail from the van and deliver it yourself. You completed the situational judgment. This is your driving with customers. How true in each statement about your relation to your work and behavior. I like having the response with new challenges. Very true. People say that I have a lot of common sense. Neither true nor untrue. Sometimes I react too aggressively to the people. Completely untrue. I find it easy to cope with the pressure. Fairly true. Submit your response. To understand the procedure, the statements are tied. Please now change your rating so that just two of the statements are rated the same. So this is about your start task. I find it easy to change my mind if circumstances changes. Fairly true. I try hard to get a lot of technical information relatively to the task, neither true or no. I regard myself as a high conscious person. I seems to be able to cope with a lot of pressure at work. Very true. I think too much importance is often placed on achieving work objects. I am a strong believer in planning both short and a long term. I often have difficulties in adapting to radically new circumstances. I enjoy being responsible for the depth in a critical review in a plan. Please select a statement which is the most true relation to your work. May have found difficulty adapting. I have an extensive work of people I can call on to help any situation. I sometimes let little things get me down. The structuring and scheduling tasks comes easily to me. I am highly motivated by challenge tasks. I am very delicate in observing any rules set down for my work. I enjoy work in my own without interruption or help of other people's, neither true or untrue. I am able to remain composed even in emotional charged situation. I think that other people see me highly positive person. Please select a system which belongs is the most true and I am very diligent to observe my rules and set downs before my to submit your response. I believe I am very methodical in how I work. I quite often lose my temper to show my feelings completely untrue. My major satisfaction in life comes from achieving my goals. Very true. I think my records show that I have very high ethical standards. Very true. Comes. How true is its statement about you in a relation to work and behave at place? I can generally cope with all the problems that come my way. When faced with significant changes in my life, I have always adapted to them quickly. When something goes wrong for me, I get over it very quickly. I prefer working on my own to being in a team. I often blame myself when anything goes wrong. Many rules should be interpreted broadly rather than followed literally. I enjoy having a lot of variety both in my work and my environment. I generally oppose the idea of long term planning. I have very calm temperature. Very true. I regard myself as a very ambitious person. Fairly true. I get frustrated quite easily. Completely untrue. People that I work with tend to know me quite well. I prefer carefully reflection of impulsive action. I prefer my work to conform to the stable and predictable pattern. I much prefer working with others to being on my own. As soon as I have achieved a goal, I am looking for a bigger challenge. I am often overcritical of myself. I believe in importance of efficient procedure at work. I see myself a very realistic person. Irritation sometimes, even quite small ones, can easily upset me for a while. I am quick, thick skinned and don't being mind criticized. I am I very much enjoy the company of other people, very true. I let my day take its own course rather than planning it in fairly true. I like my work to vary a lot from the day to day. Quality of life is most important to me than advancing my career. I quite often been bent stretch a rule that I find too limiting. I really enjoy my new challenges even if they are inconvenient in some ways. I always see the positive aspects of the situation. Very true. Thank you. You have completed your online assessments. Please select the board below the finish assessment. The application will now be reviewed and, when possible, within 7 days of the advert closing, we will contact you via email to let you know the next step. This is end of your Royal Mail assessment for the driving and customer contact. Thank you very much